Well, hello, good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing this week? It's almost here, the weekend, which is like the weekdays. But anyway, we're back to Ampersand Island. We decided to take a trip. And, oh, Mr. Best Friend is coming downstairs here. And anyway, I dug up another little toy. I found this little head that I got out of a capsule toy machine with this kind of swirly eyes. I got this in Japan. And the funny thing about him is that he's not just a head, that he also is going to have his body hiding inside, which is, I think, pretty fun, because then he turns into an actual figure that can trample around, and then just you can just drink up his body. Imagine if your head could do that. How about you, little old witch lady? I don't know what you're talking about. You don't have any legs. Is it hiding inside your body? No, I'm empty inside. Oh. Well, maybe a drawing will fulfill your soul. So, today, let me get this out. I decided we're going to leave the city and travel north up here to this spot right here. This is going to be our summer camp, because I always worked at summer camp. I went to summer camp as a kid, and I figure we got to head north and let these kids leave the city and shimmy on up to camp. So the first thing we need, just like the mayor, the first thing we need for a good orderly camp is a camp director. Mr. Best Friend is shaking his head no. He does not agree. He wants an unruly camp. So I decided, though, that I'm not going to listen to the dog, and I'm going to make our camp director right here, who is going to be a bunny rabbit. See, I worked at summer camp, as did my wife. That's where we met, at summer camp. Oh, and I decided that I would make her our camp director. See, my wife's name is Jen, Jennifer. But I guess at the camp she went to, there were far too many Jens, Jennifers, and Jennies, so they ran out of Jens. They decided people needed different names, so they decided that they would call her Stan. So she had what is traditionally a man's name, a boy's name. So that will be our camp director, Miss Stan. And she'll be having a little bandana. She's going to be a little clipboard here. I actually got a tattoo of her right here, and that is, it's going to be upside down. I'm not going to get up and go to the other side. You're just going to have to stand on your head. Can you stand on your head right now? Just do that, just like this little bunny rabbit Stella down here. Here's a bunny Lola here. And, oh, look, I get to be right side up, even though I'm upside down. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm going to give her a little clipboard. Sorry, I got off to a slow start here. I'm going to make a little tail kind of peeking out. So she's just going to be standing off the side, because this is like the first day of camp. She's going to need like a radio here that I'll put in, because when we worked at summer camp, we always had radios. And it's going to be the first day of camp, so I'm already breaking my own rules in that I said that there's no cars. There's like one car, because how are we going to get all those kids up north? They're not all going to come up on the bubble scooters. They're going to come up on the bubble bus here. And we'll cut the bus off right here. Now we got to make room for another tire. I decided to shorten this bus so I could get it all to fit. And that way I can show off just a few of these bubbles kind of blowing out of the back here. And we'll give it that cool, smooth body line. And then this camp, I was deciding on a camp name. This is funny, the summer camp that I worked at, where Stan and I met, was called Camp Chikigami. And my dad, like all dads, is full of dad jokes, and he always called it Camp Chicken Yummy. And we thought it was so funny. So I was going to call this place Camp Chicken Yummy, and then maybe have it just be like, I don't know, maybe sponsored by some chicken restaurant in town or something, or maybe the only thing they serve is chicken. But then I thought, man, I'm making all these animals. What if I make a chicken character, and then they go to summer camp where they eat chicken? That's not cool. So then I just decided this on a whim, that now that this camp is only going to, or this whole island is going to be maybe like a vegetarian or vegan island or something like that, just so we don't run into that problem. No big, because I don't want them to have hamburgers. I love hamburgers, but I don't want them to be having hamburgers, and then I make a cow, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a cow in a restaurant, and somebody at the next table is eating a cow. Weird, right? So they're going to eat candy. They're going to have, they'll have candy. They'll have lots of vegetables, fruits and vegetables. They can still have peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, right? I don't know. I'm going to have to look up the rules. And maybe make a flagpole here. We'll have to figure out campers later. I'm just going to make this the bus today, and this is all about Stan today. So, and let's make a flag with like a logo, maybe there, like a T. Because I decided I'm going to name this camp. Sorry, I already jumped ahead. I thought of a name earlier. Because I always loved the movie. I have a lot of references. Meatballs with Bill Murray. Did anybody watch that? And his name in that movie was Tripper. And he was like one of the camp directors or head counselors or whatever. I can't remember right now at the moment. But it was such a fine film that I'm going to name this Camp Tripper in his honor. And this little lake that they're on will be called, it can be Tripper Lake. Even though it's probably more the size of a pond, but they want to make it feel like they're at a lake. So I'm going to jump ahead. We'll ink this in a little bit. Right? All right, we're sketched in enough. Let's just plop this down. I'm going to put in these big bunny ears. So you're going to have a lot of energy to be a camp director. I don't know if any of you guys went to summer camp. Kids, if your kid's watching this, go to summer camp. And if you're adults watching this, dress up as a kid and enroll yourself in summer camp. Don't really do that, but do something. See, I worked at summer camp all those years here in Minnesota, and I worked at a camp in Japan that taught English. It was an English language summer camp, and that was a lot of fun too. So I spent a lot of time working at camps. So I'm a big advocate of summer camps. You guys should go, but not as adults hidden as children. That might be problematic. Don't tell them I told you to do that. There she is in all her glory. So yes, use this like this bunny with all this energy to be able to keep up with these kids and keep up with the camp counselors. It was always funny in summer camp movies because the camp counselors always seemed really mischievous, and I don't think I met very many counselors that were like that. Maybe you did, but I remember having a few campers that expect there to be all sorts of like summer camp movie shenanigans, and there was very few shenanigans at our summer camp. There, leave these tires in back here. Maybe I'll just make the tires just somehow look like a sun. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. That. Boom, 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 boom. And then when it dries, it's going to be a swirling sun. So all these kids are getting ready to show up for their first day of camp. They're going to drink some bug juice. They're going to play Capture the Flag. I loved Capture the Flag. That was always my favorite. Well, next to the arts and crafts cabin, which I was usually the keeper of the cabin. And got to just use all the random stuff in there to try to come up with something. If we had all sorts of random egg cartons and containers, it was like, all right, what are we going to try to figure out that we can make today out of this stuff? So I always enjoyed the challenge. And we'll just ink in this flagpole here. Because in the morning, they raise the flag, sing the camp song. I'm not going to make it up right now, although I could. But I'm not going to. I'll think of something later. And I'll just throw that in there. All right, well, I think I can just jump ahead to turbo painting, Gosh, if only I could draw as fast as I could paint. Then you wouldn't have to listen to all this yammering. Okay. All right, I'm just going to jump ahead, and then we will paint this up, and I'll see you in a few. Brrr. Well, all right, and there it is. Camp is in session, and camp counselor, camp director Stan is all set to go for this first load of kids. I made these kind of, these shadowy characters, these kids, and on a bright, warm, sunny day inside that dark bus, that door is going to open up, and kids are going to come bursting out and go running into the wilderness, screaming and throwing sticks and having a grand old time. Won't that be marvelous? And right now, I think she even has like a little bit of a face of like excitement, but somewhat concern. I was trying to make her smiling, but then I realized that she looks a little like, huh. But then I was going to make her smiling a little bit more, but you know what? I think I'm going to leave her just like that. So, all right, this is the first camp in session at Camp Tripper. It is not Camp Chicken Yummy. We're going to go with Camp Tripper here, and we will, come to these campers eventually and come up with some good crazy camp characters too. So I'll see you all for the weekend.